Hi, I'm Will from Venture to Roam, and today I'm going to talk to you about my top 3 most favorite overlanding areas for beginners in Idaho. Let's go! Before you go out, make sure you're prepared. Make sure you have recovery gear, first aid kit, communication devices, so if something happens, you can contact someone and get some help. So do the basics before you head out. At least have a first aid kit and communication devices so you can contact emergency services should you need them or should someone else need them when you're out there. I'm not going to give you specifics on which campsites to stay at or GPS coordinates. I'm not going to do that because part of the fun of overlanding is planning your own route. I'm giving you some really great places to start searching if you don't know where to start. And so I suggest start there, Google these places, look on YouTube, find people who have gone there and made videos about these places. There's a lot. So just have fun with it, and now you've got maybe some places that you can start looking. So my number 1 route for beginners is Bear Valley, Idaho. Now Bear Valley is located between basically Cascade and Stanley. There's this big wilderness area that separates those two places. And the reason I think it's a really great beginner's route is because the roads are well maintained. There's no real technical obstacles to get over. There's a lot of area to drive through. There's a big loop you can drive all the way through Bear Valley, all the way around it. And there's lots of dispersed camping spots. There's also lots of traditional campgrounds out there. So if you're going out for the first time, there's kind of something out there that will probably work for you. And the roads don't need a built-up, modified rig to get out there. You can do it probably with whatever you have, assuming you have good tires, all-wheel drive, and some of those basics before you head out. But Bear Valley is beautiful. So it's this valley, it's got creeks running through it. In the summer, it's really, really green, and it's just a really wonderful place to go explore and see some of Idaho. You can get there going through Loman, Idaho, and you can also get there going through Stanley. So one of the things that I like about it is if you have a problem, if you have an issue, you've got Loman that's not too far away. It's probably only an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in. You've got Stanley, which is about the same. And there are also some Forest Service workstations out there that sometimes are populated. And so if you have an issue, there's probably somebody around that you can find to get help. So you're not stranded someplace that's really, really remote. So that's my number 1 spot if you're a beginner. I say check out Bear Valley, Idaho. Okay, my number 2 spot is the Succor Creek recreational area. That's right on the Idaho-Oregon border between Marsing, Idaho and Adrian, Oregon. And it's this incredibly beautiful area out there. There's a ton of dispersed camping. If you stay on the main road, you will probably be just fine no matter what car or rig you're driving. I do think you should have some basic off-roading attributes before you head out, but if you stay on the main road, you're probably going to be okay. There are campgrounds out there, there's dispersed camping, but most importantly, you get into Succor Creek Canyon in that area and you see these incredible rock formations, and you can get out there and back in a weekend if you live anywhere in the Treasure Valley in Idaho. And so at the very least, it's worth a drive out there to kind of see the canyon. And it's connected to other places like Leslie Gulch, which is another fantastic place where you can see all these different rock formations out there that are just beautiful, and I think they're world class. You can get out to the Owyhee River. There's lots of people out there, which is good and bad. So if you're a beginner, sometimes it's good to go where there's other people, just in case something goes wrong. So again, this is a place that's not a secret. It's just some place that I recommend if you want to get started, go check it out, because you can have a great time with you have a great time with your buddies, with your family, who's ever going with you. You can see some really great sights, and you can put a lot of miles in on dirt. So Succor Creek Canyon, Succor Creek Recreational Area is my number 2. Punch it. So my number 3 best spots to start overlanding if you're a beginner in Idaho is Copper Basin. So Copper Basin is located just outside of Ketchum, Idaho, and it is phenomenally gorgeous. The roads there are really nicely maintained, so almost no matter what kind of car you drive or rig you drive, you can get out there. There are campgrounds, dispersed camping, and there's some big campgrounds out there. The whole area is huge, and there's different canyons you can kind of go back and explore, different valleys you can explore. If you have a built-out overland rig, there's a bunch of really nice trails, even technical trails that you can explore. But the main road through is not only maintained, it's oiled. So it's really, really accessible to get out there if you're new to overlanding. And the mountains, it's the Pioneer Mountains. You've got 11,000, 12,000 foot peaks all around you. There's hikes just about anywhere you throw a stone. There's an amazing hike up to a mountain lake or something. So there's just a lot to do and see out there in Copper Basin. And it's super accessible. If you can get to Ketchum, Idaho, you can probably get to Copper Basin. So those are my top 3 best overlanding areas for beginners in Idaho. Go to Google, go to YouTube, go to All Trails, see what's out there, do your research, and then come up with your own route. And chances are, if you pick one of those 3 places, you're gonna find something spectacular. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.